Today, we are going to talk about a person who has spent 28 years with one job and got the financial freedom. This video will talk about the power of discipline and strategy. We are going to unlock wealth and stability and how a strategic career growth with disciplined investment and continuous learning with smart financial planning is going to make you wealthy. So, what is the roadmap to career longevity and financial freedom? Now, these days, we often see that youngsters change their jobs quite frequent within a month, 3 months, or 6 months. But is that the new trend and should it be followed? Well, you should never switch your job less than 1 to 2 years. Maximum, you need to stay for 2 to 3 years in a particular job with a particular company to get a mastery and have a real impact. You need to build stability and expertise in whatever field you're working. Any experience less than 6 months is anyways not counted if you go for an interview. Now, while you have started your journey in an organization, learn to invest early in equities as a youngster. You have a lot of time for compounding to happen. And this is the best time for you to start investing through systematic investment plans. And if your company is giving ESOPs for longer wealth creation, you need to have the vision to compound the compounding power of the law of compounding. Also, if you have to buy real estate early and if you have to stay for a long period of time, in order to build inflation, you can buy the asset. But if you have to live for less than 5 years or 3 years, it's better to be on rent. Upskill annually with high value skills like AI to remain relevant in the market. So the key is to be focused on professional growth continuously. So let us talk about all these things in detail. So how long to stay in a particular job? As I said, 2 to 3 years is something which you need to get mastery over anything. So once you have good control over your skills and you have learned something in a particular job, only then you should try to switch to another job. Also, switching from one company to another company should only come if the work culture is not good, it is toxic, the people are not good, and your role is not somewhere matching with what you are, with your own qualifications. So try to avoid switching jobs if you get a small salary hike of 20 to 30,000. However, if you have a bigger salary hike, better work environment, good opportunities to grow, you can still think of a career switch or a change in the company. Frequent short stints, 6 months, 3 months in one company, then moving to other is a poor reflection of your sincerity towards an organization. So your job duration should be minimum 2 years plus average per job. Now, while you work as a young entrepreneur or a young employee, you should start investing whatever small amount you can through SIPs in mutual funds. This is the time for you to entirely focus on equities and not go for fixed deposits or bonds because these investment options give you low return. But equity over a period of time, compounding for 20 to 30 odd years, will make you wealthy. If your company is giving stock options, do away, hold quality stocks. And if you know about stock market, you can also invest in good quality stocks. So you need to start as a youngster with frugal spending. Whatever amount you're earning, try to save as much as you can and live below your means. It should not be that you're earning 50,000 and you're living a life of 1 lakh rupees. So still you're getting a 50,000 of deficit. Where would you manage that? Through credit cards, debt burden. You'll eventually fall in a debt trap. So it's better to have a frugal start. Now, also, a continuous learning path for your career is important. Why? Because once you start working in a particular domain, you get to know a lot of things about that particular aspect. But if you want to become a specialist, you need to learn more. You need to enhance your skills. You need to be more competent. And for that, you require technical depth, product knowledge, and communication. So try to enhance your skills, become better with what you're doing. Learn new skills, enroll for new courses. There are thousands and numerous online courses which you can enroll to enhance your skills. And these skills will eventually pay you better in the longer run. Now, when it comes to real estate decision, as I said, if you have to live at a particular place for more than 5 to 10 years, you should buy a house which is not very luxurious or not beyond your means, but a decent size house, which will not only beat inflation, but by the time you leave that place, that would property would not only give you appreciation, but also save a lot of your monthly rent. So affordable property, which you can upgrade later. And if you have to stay for a longer period of time, then you can probably think of owning a particular land or a flat. However, if you have uh, less tenure in a particular area, you should never uh, buy a house. In fact, you should live on rent because the amount of rent that you will pay would be quite less as compared to the amount of money you will spend buying that particular land, right? So that's something which you have to think about. Also, the amount of money you will save giving rent, whereas paying EMIs for a loan which you will take to buy that land will be very less. And you can use the difference between the EMI and the rent to save through SIPs. And eventually, 10 years or 5 years down the line, you'll have enough money to buy the house even without a loan. So, so the average located property should be uh, in prime location, especially given in the new areas which have the potential to grow later. Also, strategic investment, as I said, for salaried professional, it is important to start early. Most of your focus should be towards equity, that is stock market, mutual funds, startups. However, if you want to have stable source of income with less volatility and risk, you can go for fixed deposits, bonds, and real estate as well. Now, passive income is very important for you to have financial freedom in the longer run. You cannot buy your time every month to live a life which is financially stable. You will only get salary if you work. But what if you develop a mechanism, means, ways in which you start getting some amount of money every month without even working continuously or actively? That is called a passive source of income. So try to have different sources of passive income through rent, through mutual fund dividends, through maybe a startup which you're running uh, alongside your job, or any stuff which you're doing, any uh, work which you're taking as a freelancer, you're teaching students. All these things will eventually make you passive income. And there are enough ways to earn online these days. So, in order to enhance your skills, you can do a lot of good certification courses, which will eventually make you a better employable person. So take charge now, start your SIPs, commit to learning, and plan your financial freedom journey today. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more such videos, like and share with your colleagues.